My name is Lisa, and I'm excited to bring you a strong hour of yoga and meditation, courtesy of True North Retirement Partners of Raymond James. My friend Janine reached out to me and said my colleagues and I would love to provide some yoga for our clients during this challenging time. So I'm super excited to bring this practice to you, the clients of True North and anyone else who's interested. So today, we come down to the floor to start our practice with 2 blocks. If you don't have any blocks at home, which I know many of you probably don't, grab something similar. So it can be a book or a small cushion, a couch cushion or pillow. Let's head down to the floor to begin today. We find Supta Baddha Konasana, which is a very fancy way of saying bring the soles of your feet together, pull your heels closer up towards your tailbone, and then open your legs out to the side. Your blocks come right underneath your legs. So if your hips are feeling a little tight, you might want them to be higher up. If you don't have any blocks at home, you can always start in this modified bridge pose too, with your feet just planted into the floor. Take your hands, face your hands up to the ceiling, rest into your space, and find your breath. So you've got a deep breath in through your nose, open mouth, exhale, let it all go. You can stay with this breath, but today we're going to switch over to Ujjayi breath. It is a deep breath in through your nose, seal your lips closed, exhale through your nose. So you find a little constriction on the back of your throat, and you might hear an oceanic type sound. Let's stay here for a few more rounds of breath and start to think about what will guide our practice. In yoga, we always have an intention that we bring to our mat. Today, I offer you the intention of having gratitude. Gratitude for all your body can do, all the strength it has, or maybe just gratitude that you made it to your mat today. We're here for 3 more rounds of breath. So deep breath in, exhale through your nose. Again, deep breath in, exhale, let it go. One more time, deep breath in, exhale it out. Take your blocks, lift your legs, remove your blocks off to the side. Plant your feet, tee out your arms, and just allow your legs to slowly come side to side. So reach your knee down towards the floor. You might stay there for an extra moment and just roll onto the inner and outer edges of your feet. Feel this stretch through your core, twist through your torso. You're here for one more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Extend your left leg long. Pull your right knee into your chest. And then reach your right leg up towards the ceiling. This may look like this, and that is fine. But we're gonna find a little bend and straighten here. So bend your knee, flex your toes, and then reach and point. Try to allow your upper body to just rest down on your mat. Keep your left leg engaged. Point your toe, flex your foot, you choose, but keep your heel reaching forward. We're here for one more breath. And then grab the outside of your right leg, tee out your left arm, bend your right knee down for half happy baby. Take your left hand to your left leg, press it a little bit more down, especially into your hip area, into your mat. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. You've got a big breath in. Exhale it out. Pull your knee in, lift your chest, switch your legs. Bring your left knee in and extend it up to the ceiling. Remember, it doesn't matter where your leg is, but you do want to feel the stretch in the back of your leg. So flex your foot, bend and straighten your leg, reach your heel up to the ceiling. Find that static stretch Reach your right heel forward, squeeze your right leg on the ground. Grab the outside of your left leg, bend your knee, tee out your right arm. Now you can take your right arm, hand to your hip or to your leg just to press down. Your left knee pulls down towards the floor, lower your shoulders. You've got a big breath in here. Exhale it out, pull your left knee in, extend your leg back up to the ceiling. This time, keep your upper body lifted, draw your shoulders down, point your toes. We find slow scissor kicks. So point your toes, feel the stretch through the top of your foot, feel the stretch in the back of your legs, lift your heart up, lift your shoulders off your mat. And really reach your legs long. You can start to pick up your pace here. Your abs are engaged the whole time. So keep your shoulders lifted. You can have a little exhale, open mouth, if you want to switch to that as you pull your leg in. We're here for 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Bring both legs to 90 degrees. Bring your hands behind your head, lower and reach. So we're getting the core out of the way at the beginning today. We're gonna find a flex in our feet. Keep your knees stacked over your hips. Exhale at the top, keep your gaze lifted, and then open your elbows. So instead of your elbows coming inward, open them out to the side. You're here for 4, for 3, for 2, we've got bicycles right here. So twist and twist. If this doesn't feel good in your body, drop your heels and take oblique twist here instead. That works. We're all here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pull your knee into your chest. Take a little rock side to side. Relax your upper body. And then find a tuck and roll on your mat. Cross your ankles at the top. Inhale, tabletop. So your tabletop, stack your shoulders right over your wrist, find a long spine, stack your hips over your knees, inhale, cow pose, roll open with your heart, lift your tailbone high. Exhale for cat. Round through your spine, pull your belly in, and start this at your pelvis as you lift upward, roll open. Exhale. Important to yoga is connecting your breath to your movement. So you stay with this cat-cow flow here, and you can add on movement. So if you are feeling a little tightness in your hips, you can sink back into one side. If your upper body is feeling tight, you can thread the needle. One arm comes up and you send it through, your ear comes down to the floor. Check in with your hips though. As you reach your left arm over to the right, your left hip wants to lose its place. Pull your left hip back in line to square your hips. Come back to center and switch it out. Right arm lifts, send it through, bring your ear all the way down to the floor, square your hips. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale it out, reach high, step your toes back. Find your high plank, nice and strong. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, squeeze your legs tight, pull your belly in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right here, spread your hands on your mat. So spread your fingers nice and wide. Bring your chest towards your legs. So find this big opening through your shoulders, through your armpits. Lower your heels downward. You stay in this down dog and find a little movement. So you can pedal out your feet here. You can move right back into your high plank. So do what feels good, as we will be in this pose many times in our practice today. You're here for one more big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, look forward. Come to your high plank. We've got a set of tricep push-ups to reach. So you can come to your knees or not. Shift forward a little bit. Come down just halfway. Glue your elbows. As you push away, one arm reaches up to the ceiling. Again, come down. Alternate your arms. Now your left arm reaches. Option to do this right on your knees the whole time. This is an option, but get in the habit of finding that tricep push-up. We're gonna use it really soon in our chaturangas. So glue your elbows to the side of your body, press your mat away, draw your shoulders away from your ears. I didn't forget about you doing push-ups. We're here, guys, for one more on each side. Push-up to reach, pull your belly in. Last one, push-up and reach it up. Come right back to your down dog. You've got a big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step to ragdoll. Bend your knees, so keep a deep bend. Bring your hips over your heels. Grab opposite elbows. Sway side to side. Such a great pose to release any tension, anything heavy. Let it fall right off. Relax your shoulders and stay in this position. Now interlace your hands behind your back. Take a big stretch here. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Left arm comes down. Right arm reaches up. Find a big twist. If you've got your block, this might be a really great place to use it to bring the floor a little bit closer to you. And switch sides. Hand comes down, bend your right leg, lift your left arm all the way up to the ceiling. Come back to center. Heel toe your feet together. Standing at the top of your mat, bring your hands to heart center, close your eyes. And this is where we seal our intention. Today, gratitude for all the strength you have, or for just being present on your mat today. We seal that intention with a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Beautiful. To the top of your mat. Bring your toes to touch. Inhale, mountain pose. Lower your shoulders, pull your belly in, squeeze your legs tight. Exhale, cactus arm back bend. Lift your heart, pull your elbows down. Inhale, mountain pose, stretch tall. Exhale, forward fold. Shift your hips back. Find a long spine. Bring your fingertips down to your mat. Inhale, half lift. Draw your shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, step back to high plank. This first high plank today, in your flow, we'll do it slow, our chaturanga, and then we'll just pick up the pace later. So shift forward 2 inches on your toes. Come down just halfway. Glue your elbows. Lower your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, upward facing dog. Shine your heart. Lift your hips, your knees off your mat, and then roll your heart more open. Exhale, downward facing dog. We put it all together. Breath to movement. Inhale, look forward. Come up onto your toes. Exhale, step to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, stand tall. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. Another option is to hinge forward Come to your knees and then glue your elbows just that halfway down push up. Flip your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel there. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Pull your leg through, your foot comes between your hands, or drop your toes down, grab onto your leg, and give your leg a little help forward. But land with your knees stacked over your ankle, lower down to your back knee and shin, come up, send your right hip back, left hip forward, and find Anjaneyasana. Reach forward here. Dig into your front heel, drag it back, lift your heart, reach your arms up. So we're actually looking for the stretch in your back leg, in your quad and hip flexors. You can always interlace your hands behind your back to add in a little stretch through your back, through your chest. Big breath in, exhale, half splits. Flex your front toes, square your hips, and then reach long through the crown of your head as you plant your hands on your mat. You can walk your hands closer to your foot. You can point and flex here. You'll feel a little deeper stretch through the top of your foot. You can find a little bend here if that works better for you. Otherwise, straighten your leg, squeeze your quad tight. Try to release the hamstring a little bit more. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale, place both hands to the inside. Find your runner's lunge. So inhale, runner's lunge. Your knee steps right over your ankle. Squeeze your back leg, lift it up. Once you're here, try to sink your hips just a little bit deeper. So there's not a huge movement, but you'll feel that immediately. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Take your right foot and heel toe it over to the center of your space. Stack your knee over your ankle once again. We lift our back leg straight up to standing L. So now your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Your back leg is parallel to the floor. Flex your foot. Your left hip wants to roll open, but send it down and really flex your toes. Think of your heel reaching to the wall behind you. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale it out. Bring your right arm around your right leg. Come closer to your leg as you lift your heel higher up for standing splits. Ideally, you're trying to get your leg as high up as you can, finding all the length that you can here. Maybe your hand comes behind, or maybe it does not. From standing splits, walk your hands closer to your foot, lift your leg higher. Super challenging here. Trying to get your heel higher up to the ceiling. Your right arm comes around your leg. Try to crawl your heel even higher up. That bind your right arm behind your right leg, it's optional. Otherwise, just walk your hands a little bit closer to your foot, but trying to find as much length out of your top heel as you possibly can. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale it out. Step all the way back to your low lunge. Take your chaturanga push-up. Hinge forward, come down halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. So step it through or use your arm if you need. Lower down to your back knee. Square your hips. Once you pull your left hip back, then both hips press forward. We're going for that big stretch in your right leg now. Arms lift high. Maybe your hands come behind your back on this side, or you can find the other variation. Interlace your hands behind you, lift your heart. We're gonna stay here in this stretch. And remember, as we bring gratitude to our mat, have gratitude for whatever it is you are feeling. If you're feeling really tight, that's okay, right? Maybe have gratitude just for this sensation, whatever it is. Exhale, half splits. Flex your toes here. Shift your hips so they are square. So now your left hip wants to pop up. Send it down towards your mat. Find all the length you can and find the stretch through the back of your left leg. You can point and flex here or just hold. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale it out, step on your left leg. Find your runner's lunge. So I shimmy my left foot over towards the edge of my mat. My knee still stacks right over my ankle. Both hands come to the inside. Once I find this active runner's lunge, I sink my hips a little bit lower. It's very subtle, but I feel it immediately. Try to find length out of the crown of your head. Find your breath here. Big breath in. Sink a little closer to the floor. One more time, big breath in. Shimmy your foot right back to center. Find your low lunge, so your knee stacks over your ankle. Now both hands reach forward, your back leg lifts up. Inhale, standing L. Flex your foot, take your hip downward. In this pose, if you have any knee issues, you'll see my left knee bends a little bit more on the side. Just find a slight bend in your standing leg. It's always okay to take it. We always want to modify for our bodies, for what we're dealing with injury-wise. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale, here's the change. Walk your hands closer to your foot. Maybe you bind and lift your top leg higher. So instead of allowing your right hip to open, lift your leg up and then try to draw your hip back down again. So you're trying to square your hips back to your mat. We're here for 2 more rounds of breath. Big breath in, reach your heel even higher. Exhale it out, one more time, big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Find your low lunge, so step back to your low lunge and find your chaturanga, dindasana, reach forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Big breath in here, moving on. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, sink low. Lower your shoulders, squeeze your knees together, squeeze your inner thighs together, squeeze your ankles together. Really big reach up, pull your belly in, lower your shoulders down. Strength today, that's our focus, right? Can you have gratitude for the fact you can do this powerful chair pose? Sink 1 inch lower, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga push-up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, send it through. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge. So your legs stay in a very similar place. We stand it up a little bit more and reach your arms up and out. Squeeze your back leg tight, lift your back heel, raise both arms up on an ankle. Big breath in, exhale, airplane arms super strong. Find the smallest, tiniest pulse of your arms here. Pull your belly in, send your right hip back. You're here for one more big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, warrior two, spiral open. So in your warrior two, I'm gonna mirror you for a second. Your front toes face forward. Your back toes face the side. Both arms open, stack your shoulders over your hips, sink a little bit deeper. Look for your big toe. So if you can't see it because your knee is in the way, open it more towards your pinky toes, sink a little bit deeper. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale, extended side angle, big reach. Tick-tock your arms. Squeeze your back glutes. And as you tick-tock here, roll your heart more open to the ceiling. Find as much length as you can. Option to bend this arm or even take it up and out for a bigger challenge. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Stay there. Coming right back to you. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Inhale, reverse triangle pose. Straighten your back leg, straighten your front leg. Your toes can stay down or lift. One arm reaches up, lower your shoulder. Big breath in here. Exhale it out. One more time, big breath in. Exhale, cartwheel your arms down to your low lunge and flow to your downward facing dog. We'll do all the fun on the left side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, reaching crescent. Start with your back leg, squeeze it tight already. Now reach your arms up and out. Check in with your hips. Your left hip wants to pop forward. Drag it back in line with your right. Find all the length you can. Exhale, send your arms back for airplane arms. Your legs are still in that nice challenging place. Little pulsing right here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, warrior two. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Look for your big toe. Now squeeze your shoulder blades together. Let energy come right out of your fingertips. Big breath in, sink a little lower. Exhale, extended side angle, reach and tick-tock your arms. Reach your heart up, squeeze your back leg, find all the length. So instead of just trying to touch the floor, right? We challenge our obliques, lift up, 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 turn your heart to the ceiling. Big breath in, exhale it out. Inhale, reverse triangle, reach, high five the back of your space, lower your shoulder. Big breath in, exhale, cartwheel your arms, and flow, let's flow. All of that breath movement. So try to let your mind go a little bit as you connect your breath and we move. Here we go, your pace, your breath. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, reaching crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, cartwheel and flow to your down dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, reaching crescent. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, cartwheel your arms and flow. Start to feel a little warmer. I hope we'll do that one last time. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, flow to your downward facing dog. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, reaching crescent. Exhale, airplane arms. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel and flow. Last time, breath to movement. Let your mind go. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, reaching crescent. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, extended side. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel and flow. In your down dog, take a deep breath in. Exhale it out, come to child's pose. Right here, send your knees wide, extend your arms forward, bring your forehead all the way down. And as you reach your hands forward, draw your shoulders down towards your hips. Find your breath here, big breath in. Exhale it out. Again, deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. We're coming back. A little more focus on balance. Still working with the strength though. One more time, big breath here. Exhale it out. Press into your hands, tuck your toes under. You meet right back in downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. I'm gonna turn to mirror you here. You find your chair, glue your legs towards each other, tee out your arms, find eagle on the right side. So your right arm comes underneath, your arms wrap around, sink into your legs, your right leg lifts up, and then wrap around. So in this pose, everything squeezes to the midline of your body, pull your belly in. As you get a little bit closer to the floor, you can start to stack your shoulders over your hips, your hands over your elbows. You can kickstand this lifted leg. So you can just tap it down on the floor if you would like. Squeeze everything to the midline of your body. And in yoga, we find our drishti, that thing in front of you, not moving. Focus on it. You're here for one more big breath in. Your right leg is lifted. Come right back down into your chair. Tee out your arms. Find the same thing on the left. Cross your arms. Bring your hands to touch. Sink down to lift your leg up and wrap it around. Big squeeze of your legs, of your arms. Bring your hands out over your elbows. Sink a little bit deeper. Pull your belly in. Try to stack your shoulders over your hips, your hands over your elbows. Be here. Maybe find gratitude for balance in this moment. For one more big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, chair pose. From here, your right leg. Inhale, chair pose. Lift your right leg up, bring your knees to touch. Grab the inside of your leg, square your shoulders, reach high, pull your belly in, find dancer's pose. So lift and kick, your foot is coming up and over. Try to keep everything nice and square. Ideally, you want your toes to lift up, your heart stays lifted, your hand and gaze as well. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale it out, come right back to your favorite pose, that chair, right? Sink into your chair. And now stand it up, grab onto the inside of your left leg, square your shoulders, pull your belly in, reach and kick. So lift and kick as you move. There is a definite kick into your back hand. So instead of just thinking like you're lifting your leg up, you are actively kicking into your hand to help you reach your leg higher. You're here for one more big breath in. Exhale it out. Last time, inhale, chair pose. Exhale, malasana. Heel toe your feet apart. Find this nice wide yogi squat. Your elbows come to the inside of your legs. Lift your heart, press into your hands. Press into your heels. If your heels are lifted, that's okay. If this is too much for you, you can come into this horse pose, kind of like a sumo squat. Still stack the crown of your head as much as you can over your tailbone. We're all here for a big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Place your hands down. Walk your feet straight back to downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Stack your knee over your ankle. This time we ground our back heel and turn your toes out to an angle. Try to keep your hips as square as you can as you raise your arms up to warrior one. This is my nemesis pose, literally. So there's lots of ways that I try to work around it. If your hips are tight like mine are, you can take your front foot and move it a little bit closer to the right edge of your mat. So make some space to allow your hips to square. But keep your back heel grounded, keep your legs straight. Now raise your arms up. And kind of take a moment to find this position in your body. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Pull your right hip back. Your left hip comes forward. Feel the internal rotation of your back leg. Reach up to the ceiling. It looks so easy, but it is a really challenging pose. Press into the knife edge, left side of your back foot. Sink a little bit deeper here. You get a big breath in. Exhale, find warrior three. Place your weight on your front leg. Reach your arms forward, flex your back toes, turn your left hip down. Pull your belly in, drag your shoulders away from your ears. You're here for a big breath in. Exhale it out. One more time, big breath in. Exhale it out. Lower your left foot down for pyramid pose. So my feet, it's a much more narrow stance. You railroad track your feet, so one foot is in front on a right railroad and the left on the other. Send your hips back, find a long spine, and then lower your hands down. This is an intense stretch for both legs. If it's a little too much for you, just keep a little knee pop in your front leg. But check in with your hips, notice where they are. Send your right hip back, your left hip forward, find all the length you can. Big breath in, exhale it out. Step your left foot all the way back. Find your warrior two. So sink into your front leg, stack your knee over your ankle, deep, deep, lowering towards the floor, maybe a little deeper than before. Exhale, reach forward, tick-tock your arms. Find your extended side angle, but this time we're going a little deeper to find a bind. So that might mean keep your glutes engaged here, keep your belly pulled in. Maybe your top arm comes behind you and you find your hand to the inside of your leg. If you can do that, then take your opposite arm under you, keep your arm close to your leg, grab onto your hands here, or maybe even your wrist, and lift your heart up for the bind. If Birds of Paradise is in your practice, you can try it. You're like, what is that? So if you have that bind down and you've got your chest lifted and you feel solid right here, step your back foot forward. It might take a couple of steps to get there. Grab onto your hands even more, then lift the weight out of your right leg. Lift your chest up, drop your shoulders, and then maybe you straighten your leg as well. When you're ready to return, do all the same things in reverse. Step your foot, step your left leg back, find your 6 and 12. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, find a low lunge right here. Your right leg is in front. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, half pigeon on the right. So your right knee comes straight behind your right wrist. Extend your left leg back behind you. Tuck your leg under. Square your hips. So send your right hip back, your left hip forward. If you've got sharp knee pain in your front leg, come onto your back. I'll give you another stretch. Otherwise, keep your hips square. Bring your forearms down today. Press into your hands, press into your elbows. Send your right hip back, left hip forward. Continue to tuck your back leg, lower your shoulders. Find your breath. Imagine maybe breathing into your hips, which are tight for so many of us. And maybe come back to your intention for a moment. Bring the idea of gratitude to your mat in some way. Big breath in. Exhale it out. Come up. Press into your hands. Press into your back toes. Inhale your right leg high. So reach your right leg up and then open up your hips to the side as you keep your shoulders square, bend your leg. Big stretch here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Stack your knee over your ankle. Here's where we find that warrior one, right? So I'm gonna take my front foot, shift it over, and plant my back heel, turn my toes out to the side, internally rotate my back leg, inhale my arms up. So this takes me always a moment to find. Your left hip pulls back, right hip comes forward, reach your hands over your shoulders, pull your belly in. And then press more into the outer edge of your back foot. Start to deepen a little bit. Your front knee stays over your ankle though. Big breath in. Exhale, warrior three. Shift forward. Lift your back leg, flex your toes. As soon as your leg leaves the air, square your hips, squeeze your back leg. If you've got any knee issues, there's that soft little bend, right? And now really reach, find your balance for a big breath in. Exhale it out, pyramid pose. So railroad track your feet, shift your hips back, find a long spine, hold this stretch. You can make this as shallow as you need to, but try to keep your back heel from lifting. So walk it in enough so that both heels are grounded, and then there's the option to pop your front knee as well. Stay in this stretch. Hopefully you've got that breath nice and controlled. Ujjayi or open mouth exhale, you choose. One more big breath in. Exhale, step back, open up, find your warrior two. Once again, we're gonna try to find a deeper expression of this pose now. We've been here, we've done a lot of opening up. Stack your knee over your ankle, reach your arms. Exhale, extended side, so big reach forward, then tick-tock, and we're going for the bind, right? Back hand can come all the way through. Lift your heart up. This is a really good place to practice. If you've got that hand though, maybe you work on the next step. Grab onto your hands, lift your heart. If you've got this, you step your back foot forward. It always takes me a couple of steps to get to the top. And then once you do, take the weight out of your left leg, bend into your right, lift all the way up. You have to commit to this. Really lift your heart, your standing legs so strong. Pull your belly in, drop your shoulders. Maybe you straighten your leg or not. Then we come right back to it. Bend into your standing leg, step back, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel your arms, low lunge. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee comes behind your left wrist. Tuck your back leg under. Square your hips, lift your chest. If this hurts your front knee especially, come onto your back. I forgot to give you that pose before, I'll give it to you right now. Come forward if you want to. If you're having some knee issues, you can take supine figure four, flex your foot, grab onto your right leg, pull it in, press open with your left. Upper body just rests on your mat. Wherever you are in either pose, pay a little more attention to your breath. Bring a little extra gratitude to this moment. We're all here for a big breath in. Exhale it out, press into your hands, tuck your toes. Inhale your leg high, roll your hips open, bend your knee. Exhale right back into your downward facing dog. Come to your knees, grab your blocks. We're doing the splits today. What? Yeah, so lots of different ways to do it. And I love, we think about gratitude for what our bodies can do. It doesn't matter what you can do. Any version of this is pretty amazing. So I'm gonna show you the splits with 2 blocks. So again, if you've got something that you can use like bolster pillows or books, that would be great. We're gonna come into that half split we did earlier. And maybe this is where you are right now. Square your hips, reach down, find length, and hold. And maybe you just notice that you can get a little deeper than you did at the beginning of our session today. That's great. If you want to move on from here, you're going to bend your legs and start to shimmy yourself a little bit closer to where your splits may be. So if your splits are really high up, that is no problem, right? You can keep a bend in both legs and just kind of enjoy the idea of one leg horizontally going forward and one going back, right? If you can get a little deeper, you can roll to the outer side of your front foot, bend your leg, shimmy down, and then when you get to maybe where your splits are, turn your front foot back to the ceiling, your knee, and then tuck your back leg under, just like our half pigeon. This is where you can be. You can lower your blocks and get a little bit closer to the floor, stack your shoulders over your hips. You can also take your blocks or a big pillow to the front of your leg. So right underneath your leg here, and you can kind of enjoy the same idea, squaring your hips in the splits. Again, it doesn't matter if you're in them or not. Just enjoy something about this pose. Maybe it's just something you never do. Most people don't do the splits that often. And then switch sides when you're ready. You've got your left leg coming forward and all the different ways that you can get into it, right? You can use your blocks on the side. You can take them underneath you right from the start and just let them be a little bit higher up, and it can rest underneath your front leg. So once you're here though, we worked a lot on squaring your hips, right? So you want to square your hips. So your right hip comes forward, your left hip comes back, your back leg tucks under. Once you are ready to move on, bend your knees, lift your hips, remove your blocks. And we're gonna sit in a little seated twist today. So it doesn't matter which leg goes over. I'll take this left over, reach your arm up, opposite arm, ground your right and left booty, right? So ground both, lift your heart, take your elbow across, and then lift up nice and tall here. Big twist, should probably feel good on your legs, through your upper body. And then switch sides. So your opposite leg comes on top. Ground this foot all the way down, and then try to sit back on your opposite glutes. Raise your arm up, pull your elbow, lift and twist. Find all the length you can on your inhale. On your exhale, deepen your twist. Come back to center. Take your feet straight out in front of you. Reach your arms up to the ceiling and take a fold. We've done a lot of stretching through the backs of our legs, so instead of that, we'll bend our knees and round forward here. So take a little exaggerated bend. Think of your torso coming right on top of your thighs. And then extend your legs forward, reach your hands, lower all the way down to your back. Once you get there, just pull your heels in close, turn your toes to face the front, lift your hips, interlace your hands, find bridge pose here. So ground your whole upper body, press into your heels, lift your hips up towards the ceiling. Try to get even higher with your hips. One more big breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Tee out your arms. Find this little rock side to side. We did this earlier today. Press into your shoulders and just feel a little relief maybe in your hips. A little relaxation. Start to close your eyes. Still continue with your breath here. Big breath in. Exhale it out. And now pull your knees into your chest. Engage every single muscle that you worked today. Exhale, let it go for Shavasana, corpse pose. So I take my feet the width of my mat, allow my toes to just fall to the side. I'm gonna take my hands up towards the ceiling today, lift my heart, and then I'm gonna find total relaxation right here. We'll do a little meditation today. Start to relax your body, starting with your feet. And then move up. So relax your calf muscles, your thighs, through your hips, your core, your chest, your shoulders, your arms, let all the weight just fall into your mat. Relax your facial muscles around your cheeks, your nose, your eyes. And start to feel a different sense of calm on your mat. Begin to connect with your surroundings. Maybe it is a sound, a smell. Maybe it's just the feeling of your mat underneath you. And then I want you to draw in your mind an ideal place. Somewhere you can go where you feel calm, it's peaceful, and start to draw that picture in your mind. What colors are present? What's the weather? Grasp onto all the details that make this a peaceful place for you. And then just allow yourself to be in it, to feel the calm, to feel the peace. And notice if any thoughts try to steal your attention. It's okay. Notice it, but place it aside, because right now, you get to enjoy this amazing place you've created. And after a few moments, come back to our intention today. Just ask yourself, what am I grateful for? Don't judge the answer. Don't control it. Just let your mind go. What am I grateful for? As you consider this, bring your attention more to your heart. Spend another moment enjoying this calm space you've created for yourself, feeling all the gratitude. And maybe you stay here even longer if you've got time. Stay right here in this place. Your day is calling to you, start to bring a little life back into your fingertips and toes. Start to connect more with the surroundings in your actual space today. When you're ready, make a little stop in fetal pose. There are not fancy cues I'll give you for this, right? You're just gonna come onto your side. Take a moment, take a pause. Check in with how you're feeling. Bring that word gratitude to the front of your mind for the rest of the day. When you're ready, come to a seat, just sit cross-legged. Bring your hands to heart center. At the end of yoga, we say to each other, when you're ready, just come to cross-legged, bring your hands to heart center, and I will say namaste and bow to you. Thank you so much for your practice today. I appreciate you joining me, and thank you to True North Retirement Partners. I love what you guys are doing. I love that you are thinking about your clients holistically, so thank you so much for that. And I hope everyone has an awesome day full of gratitude. Thanks.